As Boyd states, Wikipedia provides a platform for how knowledge evolves and is contested. Through archive debate, editors make visible just how contested simple issues are, forcing those who engage with the articles on Wikipedia to think about why the writers present the information the way that they do. The problem is that no one typically thinks to use Wikipedia as an evolving document that reveals how people produce knowledge. Instead, they determine whether an article or source is merely good or bad. Instead, if children, youth, and teachers would use Wikipedia to show how production of knowledge could be made more visible, and that a lot could be learned from just that, then it could be a valuable tool which uses technology to create opportunities for increased digital literacy for all, adults and children. I actually took a digital history course last year at York, and one of the lab sessions was to modify and make changes to Wikipedia to understand how the site works. I then taught a lesson to my grade 8s who were trying to find valuable sources for essay writing, and both them and the homeroom teacher were amazed that Wikipedia could be used in such a way that wasn't just to answer a quick question or as a beginning stage of research, but it could be quite valuable in understanding how it works. When doing my own searches on Wikipedia regarding contemporary children's culture, I started with the basics. Innocence in childhood didn't mention anything about the myth of childhood innocence, but the history of childhood did, which I thought was quite interesting and showed that keywords are important in a Google search. However, all it really stated on the topic was, children are viewed and acknowledged as being powerless and inferior to the adult world surrounding them due to the myth of childhood innocence being accepted and acknowledged by society. And at the end it said citation needed. The statement was not only quite vague, but no citation was offered, and it didn't really contest the fact that children aren't inherently innocent. It just merely stated it as fact. None of the searches I conducted mentioned children's role in digital spaces, which, as we've discovered in reading all of Boyd, is a huge part of children's contemporary culture. Because of this, I decided to add the following quote to the introduction section of the History of Childhood page. It reads, "In a few years, a huge part of the history of childhood will be children's role as participants in networked and mediated online settings as a response to the ever-changing social world, as social media and these online settings provide an outlet to reclaim some of the agency and social power that they commonly grapple with adults for." And I inserted a citation linking to Boyd, which can be seen over there. Because of this, while it may be tiny, I think that adding the statement addresses children in online settings as it is an integral part of children's contemporary culture, and thus it will be part of their history, which is one of the broad points that I think Boyd is trying to make, and it's complicated. The next step would be to create a Wikipedia which solely addresses children and youth's participation in online settings.